on Sactown Sports.
Just got a little bit of news. This is from Jake Fisher. Obviously, he works with Mark Stein on that Substack. Here's the quote, and this is regarding DeMar DeRozan. The focus in the California Capitol shifts now to what sort of dealing we could see from the Kings' new regime. There has been no shortage of rumbles since the hiring of Scott Perry as general manager that Sacramento is expecting to gauge the trade market for veteran swingman DeMar DeRozan. So not breaking news, but it's a bit more official now that, and I think that the interest will be mutual and we're going to discuss that in a bit. But right now we are joined by Eric Martins, third base coach for the Athletics. And there's a reason I let in with this coach, Eric. And I'm wondering if you can guess what that is.
The DeMar DeRozan being from LA.
There you go.
LA Laker.
There you go. Can I answer? I was talking to Kyle about this, and I got to be honest with you, Coach. And Kyle's already laughing. This has bugged me for a long time. Okay. I grew up in the Bay Area. I grew up in Concord, California. Obviously, you grew up in LA. Coach, it's been bugging me, man. And cool. I love the Sacramento Kings, DeMar DeRozan. When they came home, or when he signed with the Kings, and they said, wow, DeMar DeRozan came home. Coach, what are we doing with that? That's 7 hours. That's not home, man.
That's not home. Definitely not home. Definitely not home.
It bugged me though. It still bugs me.
Right. Yeah. It gets me too. When they come to California, they think LA and NorCal are the same. No, it's not. Definitely not.
It's not. Talking to Coach Eric Martins, third base coach for the A's. Coach, I was also thinking about this, right? So I tell people I'm still waiting for the call. I didn't get the call, but I still had a kind of welcome to the league moment. And I'm at Temple University facing a dude named Pat Light, and he played at Monmouth, went in one of the supplemental rounds, whatever it is. Dude was throwing 96. And that was maybe the first time I'm sitting there. You know, you got swagger as a player. That was the first time, Coach, I thought, I don't know that I'm built for this. Not that I'm not built for this, but I don't know what to do here. Can you tell us about a time during your playing career where, you know, maybe it just took a minute for you at the beginning? You thought, oh, this is what we're doing now. This is a whole new level.
Oh, I got stories. I'll tell you what. The first time was probably my second game of playing. I'm playing shortstop. You know, in college, I was as a middle infielder. They got to slide straight into the bag. And now the rules are slide straight in the bag. But back in my day, they can take you out. I mean, as long as their pinky fingernail can touch the bag, that's a legal slide.
Right.
So I remember I'm playing shortstop, ground ball up the middle, second baseman gives me the ball. I turn around and I have 6'4", 235 Derek Gibson, who was supposed to go play tight end at University of Auburn, but decided to play baseball, in my face, ready to take me out and throw me out in the center field. And somehow I was able to get out of the way. When I threw this ball, I was like, whoa, okay, it's a little different. I'm going to have to be ready. I'm going to have to be ready for this. So, yeah, I remember that specifically because I turned around and it was just someone just in my face, ready to kill me, take me out. And I was like, wow, okay, all right, here we go. Here we go, lock it in.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was just thinking about it because the A's, such a young squad as far as the position players with Nick Kurtz coming up and guys like that. So I'm thinking, I know Coach probably got a couple welcome to the league moments. Let's talk about the A's and the Yankees, that series that just happened. They sell out all 3 days. Mother's Day had the highest attendance out of those 3 days. It was Mother's Day weekend. Just tell us about the environment out there. I was out of town, but I was keeping tabs on everything. For those that weren't able to make it, you know, you get that second game of the series as well, so you get a W against the Bronx Bombers. Tell us about the kind of all the vibes out there.
Man, it was electric, man. I tell you what, man, the city of Sacramento has really showed out, whether it's been a sellout crowd or a decent crowd. They've come in and brought a lot of energy, man. And so it's been a fun place to play and call home. I mean, the energy, the environment, the vibe. Even the other teams have said, hey, this is cool, man. This is good for, for what it is. They come out and there's energy. And so it's been really good, man. This series this weekend was incredible. I mean, it was packed. It was nice. I mean, that Saturday game was electric, but it was hot.
Mhm.
So it was one of those things where it was like, I wish we could have gave them a better showing, but you know what? They came out anyway, man, and they supported. So it was awesome.
Talking to Coach Eric Martins, third base coach for the A's. So, Coach, just to kind of pivot a little bit here, we were looking up some numbers and, just some crazy, crazy scores coming out of Sutter Health Park. The A's right now, they have the worst run differential or the second worst run differential at home in all of the major leagues. The only team worse is the Rockies. You're still in the third tied for the third wild card spot right now. So I mean, it's actually pretty impressive in that way. What does the team, what does the pitching staff have to do to figure out what's going on at Sutter Health with some of these kind of crazy scores?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I can't really understand it myself. You know what I mean? We do so well on the
Mhm.
road, and we had a good homestand, the last homestand we were at. So it's just one of those things, man. I mean, it, for some reason, I don't know if it's a curse or what's going on at home, but we got to be able to break that thing. Teams have come in
Yeah,
and put up some good numbers in that place, and we've scored some runs there too. But unfortunately, we've given a lot more runs than we have gotten. So I don't know, man. It'll right the ship will ride up here pretty soon, and we'll be fine. It's just one of those things right now that's happening early. Get those games out of the way early, and we're still hanging on, so that's a good thing. I mean, wherever the wild card is right now in May. That
yeah,
makes no difference. But just the
right.
fact that we're there with what we're doing right now, I mean, it can only get better. So we'll be fine.
And now, you're in LA, you're taking on the
Yep.
Dodgers, you go straight, and we talked about this last week, Yankees, Dodgers, and then you have the Giants, and there's still a bit of a rivalry there. So let's first talk about the Dodgers as a team in general. I know from your side of things, hey, we're gonna approach everything the same way, but you take a look at the Dodgers lineup, you take a look at their pitching staff, and is there a level of, you know what? Let's go out there and show what we can do. Obviously, you just had that with the Yankees, but do you get juiced up a little bit as a team when you get an opportunity against the best in the league?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's one of the things that we want to be in those positions, right?
Mhm.
And so when you get to play the best teams in the league, you want to go out there and compare yourself and see, okay, we can compete with these guys, and go out and show them that, hey, we're for real and we're coming here in the next year or so.
Mhm.
So when we get to play the Dodgers and get to play the Yankees at home and being able to go up to San Francisco, it's going to be one of those things where our guys are going to be up to the task and be ready to go. I mean, we want to play those teams because if we're able to get in the playoffs, we're going to have to beat one of those teams or
Yeah,
the Yankees in the American League to be able to move on. So, it's a good test early to see where we're at. It's a good test for our guys to see where they're at and understand, hey, we need to be better in these areas. And it's good that we're getting some of these games out of the way. We've had a pretty tough schedule early, man. We had the Padres, the Mets
right.
early, the Cubs, now the Yankees. I mean, so we're setting ourselves up for later on in the season to be able to right the ship in some of the areas where we need to get better.
Obviously, LA guy, we talked about it when you hopped on. If there are any A's fans heading down to LA or A's fans already in LA, what's a food spot? Where's somewhere they gotta hit while they're down there? And don't give me Roscoe's. Give me somewhere, more underground where they can hit and enjoy themselves.
My favorite spot when I'm down here, man, is King Taco. I mean,
Okay.
go get me a carne asada burrito and a couple tacos from there, and I'm a happy man. Actually, I got a couple of my friends that are coming to the game that are bringing me some that I'm gonna have after the game. So I'm locked in. So that's my spot. I love
Okay.
King Taco. If you're gonna go down to, you can go to Alvera Street and go to Los Cielo and get some taquitos there, man. I mean, it's off the hook there. So there's a lot of good places to come to LA and go eat.
There you go. There you go. Coach, couple changes to the top of the lineup this week. Jacob Wilson was leading off. Tyler Soderstrom hitting second. Brent Rooker hitting third. What were you seeing from those guys that made the coaching staff want to maybe switch things up a bit?
I think we had to a little bit. We want to take a little pressure off Lawrence. Lawrence is going to
Mhm.
be fine. But Jacob's been getting on, man. So the more at bats that we can get him and Soderstrom and Rooker going throughout the game, who have been our most consistent hitters as of now, it makes us better. You know what I mean? And now if Law starts going off in the 5, 6, 7 hole, wherever he's at, it just extends it. So we just had you do that during the season and you ride the waves of how guys are hitting and you want to get the guys the more at bats and the more opportunities that the guys that are swinging the bats well. So right now Jacob's getting on, he's doing a good job. Sody's actually looks like he's coming back now. He was in a little funk too. No one really talks about it, but that's just the ebbs and flows of the season, man. So you
Yeah.
just ride things out, you switch things up, get guys in the perfect position and situation to help us win.
Last one for you, Coach, and this is something that I've just kind of been interested in, and I've talked to Kyle about it. I've talked to Whitey Gleason about it in the afternoon show. So I would say when me and you both were coming up, it was very typical. First, the leadoff hitter is your speedster, right? Gets on base. Your second hitter can handle the bat, get him over. Third hitter is your best hitter. Fourth hitter is your best power hitter, so on and so forth. We've seen kind of a shift, and I think a couple different shifts. At one point, there were some leadoff hitters around the league. I'm thinking, where's the little center fielder running around? That's not the leadoff hitter I remember. And now it feels like that two hitter has replaced the three hitter as far as the best hitter in the lineup. Do the A's kind of work in that world with that two hitter being your quote unquote best hitter, or are you still more traditional with the three hitter being your best hitter?
I think you hit it on the head. I mean, the shift has gone to the two-hole hitter being your best hitter, and that's just
Mm-hmm,
being because you get more opportunities, more at
mm-hmm,
bats. They run the numbers. Statistically speaking, the two-hole hitter gets the most at bats in the game.
hmm,
So you want your best hitter to have the most at bats in the game, right? Unless you have a speedster who's also can get on base and also can hit, that's your leadoff guy. But that's so far and few nowadays. So
right.
your leadoff guy is usually still an on base guy, but he might be one of your better hitters too. So you want to get those guys in situations to be on base for your best hitters or be able to drive runs if you're getting some production from the 7, 8, 9 hole hitters. So it's just kind of the whole thing has changed a little bit. It's crazy how you look at, and you're absolutely right. I always hit in the two spot. If I didn't lead off, I could handle the bat, I could run, I could do all those things. And that's
Mm-hmm,
typically where I hit. And then, like you said, you have your all around hitter 3 and your power hitter 4 and 5. So yeah, just around the league now, it's about getting your better hitters and guys that get on base more opportunities to do those things. And statistically speaking, and the numbers have said that it's usually in the two hole. So that's where
hmm.
they're at. You see Judge hitting in the two hole a lot. You see
Yep.
a lot of these good hitters hitting in the two spot. So
There you go. Well, I did hit in the
crazy.
two back in the day, so I'm going to say, we were ahead of the game since I was the best hitter. That's why I was hitting in the two hole. Coach Eric Martins, thank you so much as always. Good luck in LA, and we will talk to you again next week.
Appreciate you, Alan. Good talking to you.
On the other